Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Promised Neverland segment of the Weekly Manga Discussion Podcast. I am your host, Donut. I'm here with Thermite,
Yeah.
Damage,
Hey.
and Zaku.
What's up?
We're going over chapter 136, 137, 138, and 139. And 136, I feel like we're not going to have much to talk about because it's a lot, like 137 is a lot more clear as to what's going on, so that's really what we'll be talking about in the two halves of what this arc is, which is really nice that we're switching between the two, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about the pacing of this arc, switching between the two?
I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, if it was all the Emma and Ray stuff, I think I wouldn't drop the series, but it would be very hard to get through because it's so out there.
Chapter 136. I'm gonna have to drop this series because we're focusing too much on the main characters.
Too many supernatural elements in my demon hunting series.
I mean, the demon hunting part of the series is surprisingly not it's not as supernatural as you'd expect. It's pretty calm, whereas the stuff with Emma and Ray, that's high concept weirdness.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm not going to say that I dislike it, but I signed up for the Promised Neverland for, kids surviving as opposed to kids transcending the limits of time-space.
Listen, kids transcending the limits of time and space is pretty awesome, though. I feel like we did a relatively smooth gradient to get here.
Yeah. There's been a lot of high fantasy, just weird shit going on in the background of the series. It hasn't been the main focus, but it's definitely been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and now at least we have a good explanation for what the fuck the seven walls are. Because people were oddly content with just not knowing.
Yeah. There was a pretty good theory back in the day about how the seven walls were actually the seven seas because the demons all live underwater.
That makes sense.
I honestly really love this mystery because I don't know anybody that actually got it. I'm sure there's going to be someone because, as always, anytime there's any mystery at all, somebody's going to get it. It's just inevitable. But,
Yeah, of course. If it's at all solvable.
Yeah. At least the people who did get it, I didn't hear of them at all. This seemed like something that was really hard to get, but wasn't, when we got the explanation, didn't feel retarded or anything. It all made sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a fair mystery. You can solve it if you think about it hard enough.
Yeah.
It's a bit arbitrary to say the seven walls, time being one wall and it being a cube instead of the four walls for the 3 dimensions plus time.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever gotten this if it wasn't for these chapters.
But, it's fine. It's solvable.
But yeah, I get what it's saying with the cube, because, the 4 wall, it's in a graph sense.
Yeah, and the series has had a lot of hexagons in it, which I think, I don't think a lot of people even brought up the idea of what if it's the hexagons plus a ceiling, or the hexagons plus a floor or something.
Yeah. What if the 7 walls are the walls to, Goldie Pond? Fuck, not Goldie Pond, What's the house they're originally in?
Gracefield?
Gracefield, yeah, thanks.
Goldie Pond makes more sense since
up.
there's an elevator that you can apparently use to breach the 7 walls.
Yeah. Space-time elevator. Pretty awesome.
I guess Gargamlar just left it there. He's been waiting this entire time. There's the whole ritual thing, but I also left an elevator there. Why isn't anyone using it?
Does the elevator still exist?
Can people
no, destroyed it, I guess.
Do people just have the technology to transcend dimensions without Gargablok's help?
Maybe. I mean, it was broken, but presumably they could have fixed it.
What if the 7 walls are just the walls that we make in our heart all along?
That's too deep for this series.
The 7 walls were the friends we made along the way.
Just the 7.
Okay, which of our 7 friends are the 7 walls?
They're all Adam.
They're all Adam, right. Got it.
Adam was big enough for 2 walls.
I mean, yeah, Adam is a wall of a man.
But,
Okay.
so do you think that this is accurate, that no one else has been able to make it? Do you think Emma and Ray are going to be the first to ever even make it over?
I guess.
I don't think so. My theory is that when they made the first promise, we've always assumed it was a, literal, just, promise between humans and demons. but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it was like something they brought in Gargalarg for. Like someone in the past went in and said, "All right, we need to separate the worlds."
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that could be the case, but after the initial promise.
Oh, in that case, I agree with Damage. I don't think anyone has done it since.
No.
Okay. Because
I think,
someone
there
could have
might
still
be
came
some
over, but
people-
just not made a new promise. People could have still just came over and failed.
Yeah,
But
I
like
think
they're
if
implying that no one's
anything-
even come over.
I think if anything, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, someone made it in and then fucking died in Labyrinth.
Can demons?
Well, the labyrinth
just
isn't
make
the
it?
7 walls.
Yeah,
Like we've seen
I mean,
tons and tons and tons of demons have been where they're at right now, but like none of them have
Yeah.
gotten past the 7 walls.
like in
yeah,
137,
right.
I think we had all the ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
yeah,
Oh,
good.
right.
Like Ray says, no one was able to make it, past this point. No one was able to figure out the mystery. But what is he getting that off of? Just seeing a bunch of ghosts?
Yes, nobody made it. These people didn't. No one
There's
made it.
no way these ghosts could just be magic like the rest of this labyrinth.
Or there's no way there could also be other people that aren't ghosts because they did make it.
No, that's retarded, Dono. What are you even talking about?
I'm sorry, I'll commit seppuku. But yeah, we get fucking gorgeous pages. Like we really don't get stuff like this from Promised Neverland very often. Like a lot of just pure art in a chapter.
Yeah.
So it was really jarring to get, and I absolutely loved it.
Beautiful double page spreads in 137.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then that's the last time we see them, right? This is the last thing we see is with the black sphere and the box and everything, the hole.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the black hole.
I believe that's the last time we saw them. Does anybody have any theories about this?
I guess that's the portal through time. Is a black hole. I guess everything gets crunched down. There's no space or matter or anything. I guess there is matter.
You think it's just as
infinite
easy as
matter.
just look, I'm just gonna stick my hand in.
You just gotta
I
stick your
think
head.
Vanilla Ice will come out of the hole and eat them. And then
Apple
they go to
hands.
Goggleblock.
Abdul's hand comes out. Emma's like, Ray, just pull me out if I don't come out in 5 minutes and sticks her head in. Goggleblock's on the other side.
I mean, I honestly do hope it's just as easy as like, oh, this is it. Just jump in here. I don't know what
I
else
mean,
it could be.
We're done with the riddle, so
Yeah.
I don't I think it is as simple as you go into the hole.
I would have thought they would ended it with that, with him going into the hole if that was the case. But I mean, they might have a
I could
whole
see
thing of
another-
going into it.
I think, they can stretch this pacing-wise how long they want to, so I
Yeah.
could see them being like, oh no, we don't know how to go in the hole, and that's another chapter now, so we can be on an even footing with,
Maybe they're just gonna send a
with
message.
the other
to the
plot.
hole. Like maybe write something down on a bit of paper and just throw it in there.
Yeah, like they are smart, and it doesn't feel like a smart idea to just jump into the hole.
It's always a smart idea to
Never
jump
know
into
unless you
the
try.
hole.
I don't know, maybe they'll put it in the piece of paper and say like, "Hey, Gargablarg, you in there?"
Come out. Yo, bitch, come out. We showed up at your front door.
This is the
Fucking
classic
dude,
red versus
shoot the
blue.
hole.
You just throw a rock through.
They just have to throw in a can with a wire attached.
They got bows and arrows. They can just shoot an arrow through it.
No,
Fucking
damn it,
Rick and
no.
Morty
Kill
will come out of the
Gargablock.
hole.
No.
Genocide on God.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray said
Genocide
fine
on
with
God
dying,
is
send him in
Because
first.
you only have to kill one person.
In theory.
In theory, yes.
I mean, honestly, what's their other option? How do they plan to get back out if they don't want to go
I mean,
through the portal?
I guess Gargablock. Actually, yeah. How do they get out of this place? Where's the exit?
Forward.
In your imagination.
But we also get Norman heading out for the Imperial capital with Zazie and with Barbara. So the only one left to deal with this whole Dawn and Gilda stuff is Sislo, and I assume Vincent is staying behind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is
Norman
probably
is
for the best.
continuing on his Game of Thrones plot.
And we have seen that Vincent and Sislo
Oh.
are still back at the place. Like, they're not
Mhm.
in hiding trying to do anything. They're not following them. We do know that they are back at the HQ working on something.
Working on the anti-demon nuke that only nukes demons.
The army of atoms is so disgusting to look at.
Oh yeah, by the way, who fucking called it that there was another assassin following them? Who said that like all the time? It's me!
You
Me,
know,
guys!
I'm gonna take a word out of these horses' mouth. Bruh.
So when we have the transition from Emma and Ray over to the shooting range, that automatically put in my head like, okay, so maybe Zaku's right. Maybe they have like a sniper going by, because that makes sense. Lure out Sonju Muchika, then have a sniper in the bushes shoot Muchika in the head. Done. I wasn't expecting the Superhuman Samurai Slubhead Squad.
I really thought you were gonna say, like, when we transitioned over to the shooting and target practice, I thought the damage was right and that we should just shoot into the portal. Nothing says safety like firing bullets into a blind portal.
Nothing says no way to find out what's in the black hole than shooting it.
I mean, it would be extremely
Truly.
dark if they shot into the portal and then they went through and it's like, oh, hey, it's Gargablarg. I brought your real parents with me. We're gonna all have a family reunion.
Zaku and damage. How do you guys feel about the Ayshe situation and everything? Like these past two chapters, really. Because me and Thermite have very similar view on the stream. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about her flashback and character and everything.
I really dig her whole backstory. I think it's pretty nice to see this kind of thing in the series, like the life of someone in the demon world that wasn't in part of any of the farms.
Well, he was part of the farm, technically.
I mean, like her, she wasn't part of the farms.
Technically.
Well, technically she was.
I mean, she didn't grow up in them.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Not in like the school type.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was basically like a pet, but it was still pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
thought it was a pretty cool flashback. I think you made this point during your reaction, Donut, that we needed something that was more... Like, we needed something that's not just, like, societal analysis, but, like, something that's anecdotal for why the demons can be good, or why we can emphasize with the demons, and I think you're totally correct there. Like, to really... I feel like this must have really helped a lot of people get behind the idea that, hey, yeah, like, even a demon that eats human meat might still have a point somewhere at which, like, we can emphasize with them.
What are your thoughts on them? I don't actually know.
Who's mine?
Yeah.
I mean, basically what Zaki said, that, like, it always helps to have a personal story for any kind of subject, any kind of controversial, like, subject between two things. It's a lot easier to connect with somebody giving a personal story rather than somebody saying statistically this, or, like, it's weird to say
Despite being
statistics.
35% of the population, demons cause the most cannibalism.
Like, I'm trying to relate it to more real world situations. We don't have a whole lot of, like, we're like this and they're like that. Like, we don't say, like, look at these monkeys just doing the same thing we are. They deserve voting rights.
The other races are okay, guys.
But, like, it's just, with any kind of controversial subject, it is a lot easier to get behind a statement, whether good or bad. It can be also used in a bad way of, like, purposely trying to manipulate your emotions. But it is easier to get behind it with personal story rather than just, like, statistics or an overarching view of they're like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely right on that one. It's...
Like I've always been completely behind the idea of, don't kill all the demons, but I have to admit, after this especially, the idea of, not doing it because we saw some kids buying meats. There are kids there. Like,
Yeah.
that really does not hold up nearly as well. But I also appreciate that we waited this long to get it. Because,
And likewise,
yeah.
I really quickly want to butt in here to say that Norman's true friends, it was really nice having them too, because we actually got a nice look into characters who were, like, directly oppressed by the demons in a way that was less like just we grew up on a farm, or we were being hunted down. Like, they're very easy to get behind, but they're also very broad and kind of, like, it wasn't as personal as seeing just glimpses of what the true friends went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I actually want to ask, Damage, you were always, out of us, I think, the most pro-genocide. What's your stance now?
My stance? Well, obviously genocide is bad, Zaku. But I still feel like
I
the
don't want to
majority
get that
of
from
demons...
you.
The majority of demons still ain't cool people.
Silly cool people? That's the problem, not people, but cool people?
Yes, I mean...
They're just got some weird priorities.
We just got this one anecdote. Just a demon felt bad for a deformed human, so he raised it as a pet. Because it was weird, it looked like him.
I mean, they started off with a master pet situation, but I feel like she pretty quickly slid into daughter territory.
Yeah, pretty
I
definitely.
mean, he did still keep up with the dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know, he also taught it how to speak.
I'm
Which
sure you
you
tried
don't
doing
do
that
with
with the dogs too.
Yes, but that's because he's stupid. He wasn't raising her like a dog. He was raising those dogs like children.
Honestly, I feel like more children should be raised with dogs.
I don't know. I feel like, I do think that he was a great dad for what it's worth and all that, but there is also still some questionable things.
One of his first thoughts after taking the baby home was, should I just eat it? I get why they would think that, being demons, it's a habit. They gotta eat humans.
Yeah, it's like
But
someone
still-
taking a chicken home.
Yeah, you get the feeling this demon still ate humans all the while raising this human.
Yeah, and honestly, Ayshe didn't seem to have a problem with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't she understood. I mean, when she was younger at least, she didn't know that this thing could eat her.
Yeah, but she understood that her dad ate other humans.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
fucked
sure she
up,
did
though.
eventually. Yeah.
That's honestly
Yeah.
probably
Just going-
fucked her up pretty bad.
What do you
That's
dress
pretty
up as-
fucked up, but I don't think it's as fucked up if you're used to the idea.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I think that's why she's fucked up. I don't think she's gonna be fucked up as in like thinking it's weird. She's gonna be fucked up because she doesn't see it as weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
He might have taken us over to the food market and she was like, oh, I pick out that one. Can we eat that one, Daddy?
Oh man, yeah, I never thought about this, but Ayshe also probably ate human at some point.
Like honestly, I doubt she would have any like care about genociding the demons. I don't think she would be against genociding the demons. I think she just is against the Norman and his true friends living.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because what
feel
is she?
like
Why would she give a shit about the demons?
I mean, the same reason she would give a shit about humans if humans raised her.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good
Thanks,
point.
Lemai.
Like
I suppose so. But like, if she is like, if he did tell her that he eats humans or anything, like if she does know that, then I don't think that she would care about genociding humans. Genociding demons, because she would understand like, okay, I was a human that wasn't eaten, but he still ate humans. Like if she doesn't
knows
see
that
anything
he
wrong
ate
with that, then I don't know why she would see anything wrong with like, oh, then we should just kill the demons too. Maybe she'd be against genociding them, but I don't think she's gonna be
Yeah.
against like. I think she's
Murdering
totally gonna
the
understand that the
government.
majority of them are terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's gonna understand murdering select demons. I think she's gonna be against, like, mass slaughter.
Yeah.
Against
yeah.
demons that haven't slighted her in some way specifically.
Mass slaughter is what resulted in her dad being killed. When
True.
technically he didn't deserve that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
she
know, I guess
probably-
he did.
Yeah. Not really.
I mean, in the sense that Norman and the others are fighting for the sake of humans, and he's a demon that eats humans. But
Listen,
I don't think they knew
I
about
don't
the
think wanting to
miracle
eat
design.
people is inherently wrong.
I want to eat chicken. I like chicken.
Yeah, but if your dad was a chicken, how would you feel about that?
Different.
What?
But that isn't a chicken.
That's not the situation.
Oh no, that's not the situation. No, it's as if like he raised a chicken as a daughter.
To be fair, I also think
I
that's
get it.
weird. I think like farmers who like eat chicken and like raise their chickens to be killed and eat them, and they also have one that's like a pet. That's really fucking weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I think that makes sense.
No, it's creepy. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
it does keep you, if it keeps you like empathizing with the chickens, so you don't like go full cruelty on them and just start like whipping them.
what?
The chickens
Well, I
are
don't
pets.
think you need to keep one as a pet to not whip your chickens.
I mean, I guess so. We all seem to...
I wanna get the vegetarian train of thought. This is like, what the fuck are you saying?
I
Like,
mean,
oh yeah,
if you're
if I don't keep myself sane, I'll start like putting these chickens in bondage and whipping them and putting gas
Start
in
putting
them.
bamboo under their fucking talons.
Yeah, like what do
go
you
full
mean?
side on the chickens.
Yeah, you don't just go fucking insane because
I
you
mean-
don't emphasize with the chickens. You would go insane if you emphasized with the chickens too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
don't know about
classic
that.
trope of like, you know, oh no, I'm gonna name this pig and now I can't kill it. And then you just keep doing
Yeah.
that. You don't kill any of your pigs.
Because once you name something, it becomes substantially harder to get yourself detached enough to kill it without any, like,
That's why you
further
don't name the other
personality.
pigs. You
Well,
just name
if
the
you
one.
name one, then you're emphasizing the animal as being, you know, a thing that doesn't need to die.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's really like the fact that someone could like, you know, be killing chickens and like every day, you know, that's just the thing they do, and they also just have a pet chicken. It feels incredibly sociopathic.
I mean,
Yeah,
there are some humans out
farmers
there
are
that kill
weird.
humans. They still love humans.
Yeah, and they're sociopaths.
Yeah!
What? I mean, I guess to an extent.
What are you saying? Are you saying that people who murder people
Like,
aren't
people who
sociopaths?
murder people.
Yeah, no, I don't think that the vast majority of soldiers in the military are sociopaths. I think
No,
they
but the
train
vast
themselves to kill.
majority, yes, and a lot of these people
That's
get
different.
something called PTSD.
And farmers
which is
aren't
an
killing chickens
enormous
out of
guilt
self-defense.
complex From killing chickens.
I'd
From
say a
killing
lot of soldiers
people.
don't kill people out of self-defense.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure
in
many countries kill
a
people in
broad
self-defense.
sense, in a broad sense, you know.
In like the general, if we don't kill you in the future, you might kill us. So
Yeah.
But
It's
also,
premeditated
a lot of
self-defense,
It's
yeah.
definitely premeditated self-defense.
yes.
Yeah.
My soul's not right.
We got it back. We got the meme back, boys.
Yeah,
Look, so
we got it.
just
But
premeditated self-defense against the chickens.
It's not. The chickens aren't gonna kill you.
They might if you give them the chance.
yeah,
kill
have
you
you
by
not ever
not
seen
being
Chicken
eaten.
Run? Have you seen Chicken Run? It's basically just Promised Neverland.
I mean, you're
It
not
really
wrong.
If ever built a plane and they flew out of a Grace,
Grace Field.
we basically just Chicken Run. I forgot where we were with this.
You know,
Soldiers.
Ayshe was about to get blacked by a bunch of atoms.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the Adam showed up. All right, is it wrong to
The
kill
Adams
Adam?
family is following them.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're doing.
The Adams army.
See, I brought this up in my reaction. I don't understand why Norman thought like 5 atoms with samurai swords was a good way to kill him.
I don't know. Honestly,
Who
because
would
it seems like the
win?
swords are
5
better though.
Adams with five samurai Adams. Oh, one bloody boy.
It is seeming though like the samurai swords are the better way to kill them, because you just chop their head off and then it's like, okay, well now they're definitely dead. Whereas like you shoot them, you have to hit them in their eye. You know how fucking difficult that is. Like in the one specific eye.
Nail the eye after you behead them. It's just a lot easier because decapitated heads have a rather limited capacity to fight back.
Sure. I mean, and if you just chop their head in half, it's pretty. You know, you're probably
You're
gonna get the eye.
Certainly gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I feel like the Adams are just so easily tricked. Like, I feel like you just fucking, like, you take out the 2 dudes that are commanding them, and the Adams are fucked. You beat them by locking them in a room for 5 days and watching them starve.
I don't know. I feel like they're not actually that stupid. I feel like the Adam that they had is actually pretty smart. He's just stupid in speech, maybe. Like, you know, his
Stupid in speech.
like they broke him
You mean
speech
like
wise,
us?
but he had a big old brain.
The big old brain.
He knew
Maybe
to throw.
he
He
just
knew to
needs-
go there and throw a window at the man, at the bad
Throw a
man.
whole roof at him. That requires big brain thinking.
He said that man's bad. Me don't like bad man. Me won't hurt bad man. That's a big brain. They're gonna go, oh, that's demon. Me no like demon. Norman want me kill demon. Me kill demon.
Are you
Okay.
positing that the reason why Emma and Ray want to save the demons is because they have small brains and they don't understand that you can just throw windows at them?
No, I'm
Just
saying
kill
that they
Brad
have
Pitt
bigger
demon.
brains. I'm saying
Man,
they
I
have
would-
bigger brains.
I would love if this was just like, Emma, Ray, I understand why you have moral complications of killing all the demons, but have you ever thought about this? Demons bad! Throw a window at demons!
Look at the demons. I mean, sorry. Look at Adams.
Demons.
Look at Norman. Look at
Look
Emma
at-
and Ray. Are you telling me that violence doesn't make your brain bigger?
I
I
feel
feel like the brains were already pretty big pre-violence.
No, it's just because Norman's always been this violent.
I feel like the atoms are the next step in human evolution.
Oh no.
The rise of the planets of the atoms.
Connie was always so
Why did
stupid
you
because Norman
just-
beat her.
Yeah, she didn't do any violence back at Norman. That's why she's so fucking dumb.
That's why she's such a small brain.
You never see Phil whipping all the other children off screen. That's why he's so smart.
It kills me that they're wearing these big, thick turtlenecks but no sleeves.
Do you think their supplies are all just food?
I think it's just more swords.
They eat the swords.
Also, to be fair, would you give an Adam a gun?
I don't know.
Wait, don't the atoms in the Bane army have guns?
Are their fingers not too big to use guns?
That's the demon problem, oh no.
Yeah, but the demons have long, slender fingers. The Adams have big, thick fingers.
Big, chody fingers.
Big, veiny, springy fingers.
But I do hope that in universe they just all call them Adam.
Do they not? I assume that's just the general term for them.
Oh no, the Adams family are gonna kill Muchika.
I don't know. Oh yeah, honestly, if they just let Hayato die, this probably would not have been as much of a problem.
Who's the other one? The
Jin.
edgy kid, Jin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hayato and Jin, fucking race traders on another race.
They're also the only Japanese people. How do we not see this coming? They're traitors.
Damn
Oh, no.
Japanese.
Fucking Japanese strike again.
They
Ugh.
ruined Japan.
This feels like some real, like
Oh,
political
that's
shit.
why they have samurai swords.
No, they have samurai swords because Norman is a weeb.
They're going to kamikaze the demons so hard.
Taking a fucking 18th Norman finishes off the Demon Queen by getting on an 18th century fucking airplane and crashing it into the ferry.
So legitimately, like, how do you think they're going to carry out the assassination? Like, what is their plan? Like, is it even an assassination, or is going to rock up and say, like, all right, Gilda Dawn, we're gonna kill her now?
I think they're all
Russian with swords.
simultaneously gonna scream Banzai and fucking rush him.
I think they're gonna go, oh, whoops, I tripped and cut her head off.
Who, Hayato?
All the Adams at once.
Isn't Hayato like half Sunju and Mujika's size each? He'd have to have a sword that's as big as him or a bit bigger for that to work.
First, they just all call them Adam. Real quick, and he's gonna come back, and it's gonna just be Adam wearing his headband, and he's gonna go, oops, I tripped, and then slice her head off.
And they're gonna decapitate him and they're like, oh no, well we foiled the assassin. And then he's gonna come back and replace the body and be like, oops, sorry, I got better though, I won't do it again.
They're gonna pick up on the trail, and they're eventually gonna go to, like, the cave, and it's just gonna be Adam and another Adam in 2 wigs. Like, just, hello, it's me, Mujika and Sanju. That's it for the Promised Neverland segment, everybody. Stick the fuck around for Chainsaw Man.
Well, I like guns, I like the way they look. I like the shiny steel and the polished wood. I don't care if they're big or small. If they're for sale, well, hell, I want them all. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Chainsaw Man segment of the weekly manga discussion podcast. I'm here with my saw lovely co-hosts, Damage
What kind of intro is that?
and Thermite.
Bang bang.
Bang, bang indeed. And I guess we're kicking right off with every character with a name getting shot in the head.
He sure knows how to spice up a series.
Yeah, that is definitely a way to raise the stakes. I honestly thought, like, is he just ending it? Is the series just ending with every named character getting shot? Because, you know, if there's any way he would end the series, I'm expecting this to be just about it.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I'll be able to tell when the series is canceled unless we have like a specific thing saying, you know, hey, the series got canceled. Like, if it just happens at some point, I will legitimately not be able to tell whether that was the planned intent or not.
Oh yeah, Fujimoto's a total wild card in a lot of different ways. Ah man, so much happened this chapter. These chapters, I guess, that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But let's just start with, what was your initial reaction when you just started the chapter and it slowly but surely was just people getting shot?
I mean, my first thought was, oh boy. Like, I think my immediate thought was actually like, is this due to the Gun Devil or is that too on the nose? Because like anyone could have guns. It doesn't have to be connected to the Gun Devil.
I think we
Fair.
skipped over the Nelly sex chapter, you know. You
Did
know,
we?
where they're in her bedroom and they nearly have sex, but they don't. I don't think we covered that
Oh,
last time.
right.
Wait.
Right, that was the early, that was the beginning of the chapter when Makima gets it. Well, you know, doesn't, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they almost fuck. Then she
Very
has
daring.
yeah, then she has this weird chest cord. That must be, you know, you really don't want to pull that on accident. Very
Just spice it
bad.
up in the bedroom.
It is extremely tempting, though.
It is,
I mean,
like,
I don't
you
think I'd be
know,
able to resist pulling it,
Yeah.
even knowing what it does.
depending on the position, that could end more or less traumatically.
I mean, you could
I
grow
mean,
a
he
chainsaw
does
there.
have that, he does get that long tongue. Just gotta be a
Hmm.
bit careful, you know.
I think you want to be behind him when you pull it.
Yeah,
It
when you're
must
giving
be
a reach
difficult to
around
like
pull.
reach around the chest. But the thing is, like, you know, like you can't really be touching his arms at all.
Hmm.
Oh, come on, Zach, have you never given another guy a reach around?
Listen,
Yeah, you
as
always
fa-
gotta pay attention that you don't touch his arms.
as far as we know, his butthole is safe when he turns into Chainsaw Man.
You don't know it doesn't turn into a little buzzsaw.
We don't know that. I do think at some point in the series we will learn whether that's the case or not.
Do you think his dick grows a chainsaw the same way his arms do?
I think that's very likely.
Yeah.
Yes. I
For
think
this
that's
series.
basically canon, but Fujimoto can't put it in.
I mean, I assume he's always limp because he sold his testicles.
No, he grew his testicles back.
He only sold
Right.
one.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he grew it back, most likely, since he also grew his eye back.
True.
Yeah, but he only lost the guy recently.
Don't, like, yeah, recently, but that, it's not like it was still there. He had to completely grow a new one, so...
I guess.
Hmm.
Generation.
I assume at this point he has all of his organs and testicles.
We'll have to see, because he does look very sickly still.
Does
We
he?
could have almost got some confirmation on that in this chapter if they didn't just pussy out.
That's true. Mm. We could have had a panel that just said, "Oh, Denji, you have half the cum of a normal person."
But actually, twice the other half that comes out is just blood.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be very weird.
I really love the advice that Ms. Makima gives him of just, hey, like that was your first kiss, sure, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
good advice.
like that's honestly something that a lot of actual romance series don't touch on. Like I feel like over romanticizing your first kiss, your first experience doing kind of anything relationshipy is kind of toxic because if it turns out bad, you might get hung up on it, and you really shouldn't. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah, and I guess yeah, what do you think about this conversation between Denji and what's her name?
Himeno?
Himeno, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not like their relationship is super healthy, sort of. psychosexual boss
I
subordinate
like
way.
that little alliance they come up with. They're just wingmen for each other.
Yeah. When I first
I
read
mean,
the
it's
chapter,
fun
I was...
to read,
Yeah.
but not intensely healthy.
When I first went into it, I was like curious as to whether she was actually serious about this, or if she was going to try and like pull off a relationship double cross or something. But since we know like how committed she was to getting with Aki, I feel like everything she says here is genuine. Like she was totally on board for being a wingwoman. I mean, she was willing to let power in her house in order to be a good wingman. That's a sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, it's power.
Maybe she doesn't know how bad her hygiene is. I should reconsider it.
I feel like you would smell it.
Oh boy.
Bathroom
Well, let's
covered in
not
blood.
get deeper into that up. Yeah, let's not get deep into that. So, yeah. Do we have anything else to say in this conversation?
Not
Nope.
on this way into it. On the next chapter, man, this guy that shows up, Japanese Shad Man, as the community knows him.
Oh,
was
boy.
designed.
Okay, well, let's start off with, like, a bunch of people simultaneously shooting Makima and her, like, partner in the head at the end of this
Mhm.
chapter. Which is
Yeah.
a big shock.
Yeah,
I
and like
think we were pretty ambivalent on whether Makima had actually died, like...
I was doubtful.
yeah, it is extremely important to note that yes, she got shot in the head. We can see the blood spray, confirmed.
Yes. It's
No,
going in one end and out the other.
But remember that she didn't get shot.
Well, we'll get to that. Yes. Then we have an
Yes.
awesome color page. Get to the next chapter. There's some more people getting shot. And we get,
Loads of guns.
what do you call him? Damage?
Japanese Shad Man.
Oh boy. I can see where you're getting that.
In his normal human design, he's very unassuming. He just looks like a guy.
Yeah.
He looks like such a
But
background character.
Even
for
with like the
Chainsaw
cool
Man.
coat, yeah. But then once he transforms, then his design kicks up a notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several notches.
We have a pretty awesome sequence of, a first person him shooting a bunch of people. Power being the only one that can really react in any way because it's a gun,
Yeah.
and these
Yeah.
are ostensibly normal people.
Yeah, just gives him a nice sock on the chin.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah, Cone
Himeno.
appears.
yeah.
Not very effectively. If that's
No, he was effective precisely the one time you summoned him before, and then never again. Wow.
Yep, you got a job to the new antagonist.
Yeah.
Immediately, too.
Our
He
new
doesn't even stand a chance against Jap Shad.
who is neither human nor devil. And when they say that, like, for the last couple chapters, I have been just mentally assuming, oh yeah, he's a fiend of some sort, but he really isn't. He's whatever Denji is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I never made the connection to
Yes.
Fiend. I just assumed he'd be what Denji is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since the arrangement for his, like, knife powers is the exact same as Denji's.
Yeah.
Also, he's got some sort of sick samurai move where he sits down for a bit and then teleports behind you.
Hi, so fast.
That's exactly what he does,
Such a
though.
meme.
Yeah.
It is
I
such a meme.
know.
He's like,
And
why,
Fujimoto put it in there because it's a meme, 100%.
why bother just going up and stabbing your opponent when you can just teleport behind them and slash them after you move?
Yeah, why not just run into them with your knife face when you can be fancy and shit?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. I have no idea why characters do it.
Yeah.
It's so impractical too. I mean, think about the logistics of getting yourself perfectly behind them while also going around them and stabbing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because, the thing that gets ignored often is, you need to get around them for that to work.
Yeah, you can't just go through them.
Yes, that's not how that works. But let's...
Yeah, he finally pulls out his sword, which isn't actually a sword.
Yeah.
No, it's a long nail, and it's got this awesome effect where a finger comes out from off screen.
Yeah.
It's really
one of the
cool.
coolest effects in the series so far.
Yeah, and it gets... And you know what? He pulls it out, and it still fucking jobs. Does nothing.
Jobs on its first appearance. Hey, to be fair, it basically won, and then they cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked very cool too.
Yeah.
It looked like such an album cover.
Yeah, and whenever someone like teases something in a previous arc but they never show it, I always think like, would that have worked? And honestly, I'm not totally sure. I guess it wouldn't have worked against Eternity just because his heart was not there.
I think it
Yeah.
would have. Like stabbed Eternity's flesh spit enough with like the thing. The
Yeah.
curse would have just appeared where the heart is, and just grabbed the heart and killed it.
You know,
maybe.
I just noticed the line he was using a fucking gun. You know, he was using a gun. Even though only police and devil hunters are supposed to have them.
Yep.
Do any of the devil hunters carry guns with them?
I don't think so, but I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it feels like a wasted opportunity. Why have your demon weapon be a sword when you can have a gun?
Because guns
Might be
have a very bad stigma to them now.
I
Yeah, you're
guess.
basically supplying the enemy with more fuel.
Hmm.
I assume
mean-
these guys got their guns from the gun devil.
Yeah.
The gun devil just spat them out. Over there, it's like babies.
The phrasing of guns from the Gun Devil is hilarious, but it also makes a lot of sense.
Oh, you think the gun devil is just like a big public, like, you know, one of those edible paper type of cracker things. Everyone just breaks a piece off. You just break off a gun off of the gun devil and get going. One for you, everybody gets a gun.
Well, we know its flesh can turn into like bullets.
Yeah.
Or it's made of bullets. So
Or
being made of gun
disintegrates
also
into
makes sense.
bullets.
That too.
And then, yeah, he gets resurrected by the girl in the hoodie.
Oh, Snake Girl.
Yeah.
They should have just killed her first. I mean, obviously, after she arrived, he couldn't have done much. But then you
Yeah.
should have just gone for her.
But yeah, always go for the healer.
I mean, they
Yep.
didn't know she was the healer.
They
They
didn't. They should
no.
have figured it out.
She appeared, and then instantly that guy got back up, so...
I guess nobody warned Denji. It's like, Denji, kill her. She's the real threat.
Yeah, Denji was a tad bit shot in the head at the time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. But even Himono didn't really do anything against him either. She was like, alright, I'm just gonna kill the guy with swords and just stab him. And then Snake Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a pretty boss design though. For
The snake?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ghost was also pretty boss, but then it
Ghost-
also jobbed.
Ghost is okay.
On its
Ghost
first
reminded me
appearance.
of all the arms in JoJo Part 4.
Oh yeah.
That definitely what reminded me of all the arms reaching out and trying to grab him. But,
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
really
wouldn't
like that
guns
design.
from him.
Yeah, like I think when a character's job, especially if you've only seen them like once or twice, like it's hard to make them feel strong. And I do think Chainsaw Man did a good job of showing that all of these, new quote unquote devils like Curse or Ghost are legitimately real strong. Even if they failed here, like they do feel really scary and powerful.
Yeah, and like I guess it makes sense that more people are afraid of snakes than of ghosts.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
that
Snakes are much more
thing
practical for you.
is a pretty fucking freaky looking snake.
Yeah,
like-
definitely. I like that the designs are getting a lot more abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I would not have been able to confidently call this the Snake Devil if I just saw the design. But we know she is just regularly contracted with it, or at least that seems to be the case from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like sacrifices her fingernails or something.
And then we get Denji getting revved up again.
Mhm.
We get
Yep.
Chainsaw Man versus Knife Man, I guess. Sword Man,
Okay.
Still-
whatever.
Wait, hold on a sec. Do you
Mhm.
think that because the like dismembered ghost hand still managed to get up and pull the thing, that maybe Himeno isn't like 100% gone, but maybe she's like a ghost now or something?
That would be pretty awesome.
Because I'm wondering how the hand could control itself to move and do that after she was completely disappeared.
What I'm thinking is that, and I'm going. This is complete conjecture. I think that the Ghost Devil realized that it fucked up. It was like, well, I'm dead. I ate the girl. She got nothing out of it. I guess I'll throw in a freebie.
I mean,
Oh, we
if-
could see, since the devil is also about to die, that the devil tries to do the same thing that Vegeta did, and assumingly leads to whatever Denji is on Himeno. But that's way out there.
Himeno's body's kind of gone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
gone, or maybe it's invisible because it fused with the
Oh.
Ghost Devil.
Yeah, maybe she is actually a ghost.
Maybe
I'm
she has
putting
the
that
power
theory
to
out there.
Yeah, maybe she went incorporeal.
Because as much as I
As
can
a new power.
understand, like, why she would just be killed off like this so quickly, if she did come back as a ghost, she'd be 100 times cooler.
Yeah. Cool ghost zombie look.
Ghost
I don't
wingman.
know how
pretty
you balance
neat.
it. But I don't know, maybe, I don't know. How do ghosts work?
I don't think that's a question any of us are equipped to answer.
Are you asking for keeps, or are you asking for Chainsaw Man?
No, it's just
Yeah.
very confusing. I'm trying to think how she could come back and be a ghost and still be a member of the cast, and I'm struggling. Like,
Yeah.
maybe she comes back as a person that can turn into a ghost.
Maybe she just starts haunting Aki.
It's possible.
Could be.
I personally do think that she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm down for the twist where she's alive, but I feel like she's gone.
Poor Himeno, she never got to have sex with either Denji or Aki.
Oof.
She really lost out.
That feel when you can't sexually encroach on a minor. Feels bad, man.
That feel.
Yeah.
She got cooked by a snake.
So my.
But yeah, Denji gets up and starts fighting.
Yeah. I don't want to assign to a name to Sword Knife Man because we haven't gotten a word yet, and I feel like, the word's pretty
Shad
important.
Devil.
The Shad Man.
Oh no.
It's not really. as soon as he gets serious, he just instantly does his "Oh my wo shinderu" and appears behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets Denji temporarily, though, only because he can't get new blood right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a pretty.
And
it is
then
a pretty cool panel.
The man untransforms and looks intensely uncomfortable. Like, this is the look of a man who has either or is about to shit his pants.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's so boring when he's not being a major killing demon.
Yeah.
And he's so sweaty afterwards, and he just looks so uncomfortable.
I mean, if you think about it, it's a lot like he was just wearing a big helmet. He was running around fighting, so maybe he actually is sweaty. from being
Maybe.
underneath that.
Like, the outside of part of him just kind of turned into this black goo almost. So maybe that was like a shell around him.
Yeah,
Because the saws and knives clearly burst out of them, but the heads seem to construct around them. Like, he gets the cool hat too.
Mhm.
yeah.
Honestly, if
Oh,
he had the hat in his human design, he'd probably look a bit more interesting. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I just realized something.
Oh?
I just realized that the front cap of the hat is the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I thought it was always like coming out of his face, like out of his eyes or something, but it's actually like a tiny bit like connected to the hat. I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
So we get a big, recap page of all the people who are dead. Most importantly, it took me like a second read through to fully realize it, but Kovani isn't there with her eye.
Yes, you'd think that she would definitely be shown there if she was also shot.
We
Which-
know she was on the
your
team.
theory there, mate, that
Yeah.
she's actually a super badass. It's coming back.
We do know that like she was on the team specifically because she had like technique. Like the idea was that her eye was very straightforward, and that's why he was good. Whereas Kovani had technique, and we never got to see her technique. She's kind of drank a bunch of toilet water and then tried to kill Denji.
I mean, it would be the ultimate troll if she was just shot off screen. We didn't even get to see her body.
That's also completely possible.
I feel like maybe we're gonna get like a thing where it's like, pan to a room with her and a bunch of guys and just oodles of blood and body parts, and it's gonna be like, oh, Maki also got these guys, and she's gonna be like, yeah, Makima got them, right on.
I mean,
Because we still haven't gotten what her power is, so maybe her power won't job.
if she wasn't shot, then that implies that her power, whatever it is, let her either survive point blank gunshots, or she was able to get out of the way. Yeah.
Or come back
Yeah.
after them.
Hmm.
I guess that's also surviving, but not really.
I mean,
I don't
Yeah.
think Makima survived her attack.
true. I mean, all the theories we had before about
Makima's-
what Makima could have possibly done to survive. I mean, all of those could also apply to Komini, for all we know.
Yeah.
She'd also be partnered with the No You Devil.
Okay, so let's get into Makima. What the fuck is Makima's power?
It's alright. Let's go what we do know.
Okay.
She was shot in the head, and there were bullet holes in there, and then she stood up. She's still
Yes.
covered in blood.
Well,
Like,
no,
let's see
she
the hole
didn't.
on
It's
there.
not like she stood up. She appeared somewhere else in the train.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure she didn't
I'm
just stand up
pretty
and, like,
sure about that because she seems like the guy is facing like the trains, because it looks like the chairs are
Alright.
facing in the other direction, and also
Yeah.
the other guys would have been standing behind her relative to that guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they're all crowding around that those 4 seats. They didn't shoot anyone else.
Right. So it looked to me like she seemingly appeared in the hallway.
I mean, no, it also
Out
looks
of
like no, it
nowhere.
looks like they're walking away. See, after they say like, "Oh, we're almost at the station," there's a panel of him. It looks like he's just walking. Then he stops and turns around. So I think they were walking away from the seats.
Yeah.
They turned around and she's there.
Possibly, because the seat right next to her does have a bit of blood spatter on it.
Yeah, I
See,
think she
I
did get up out of her
kinda-
seat, or at least she appeared
See-
next to it.
One of my possible theories was that she had the power to create some kind of double to replace her.
But she's still covered in blood.
Yes.
Like the real big thing is that like her face and her hair are both like completely clean when she walks off the train, but the rest of her is covered in blood.
Yes, and getting blood out of your hair is not easy, so
Yeah.
there's something is going on there.
Hmm.
She's partnered with the cleanliness devil. She cleans her face after every battle.
She cleans the wounds away.
Hmm.
Cleanliness is
I-
very scary if you're a hoarder.
I guess. I guess the people who would be afraid of cleanliness are extremely afraid of cleanliness. So let's sum up what Makima is all doing. So Makima survives getting shot and claims she wasn't hit at all. Puts massive holes through like 4 guys.
Yes.
Then goes to the highest elevation place possible that she can find. She cleans herself magically, not her clothes, but and then she magically twists / crushes people into puddles from miles away. And also she dislocates her wrists in doing weird.
Gives me some Hunter x Hunter vibes there.
Hmm.
Have you tried doing that pose? That's fucking impossible. She's holding her hands at like a right angle to her arms.
Well, even that's totally possible.
I think that's doable.
Like, I don't know, I feel like some of them are definitely like not realistic with the level of like elbow straightness that she has.
Like none of them felt inhuman to me. Like they're.
They don't feel it.
I
They
think
didn't
she's
feel
flexible.
inhuman until I tried doing them, and then I tried and it was like, wait a minute, this feels like I'm breaking my wrists. But yeah, she does that. She makes people say names, and then does a hand thing, and then people get twisted / crushed into explosions of blood.
In exchange for their life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a conspicuous gun is in every one of the blood puddles, which could be
I mean, that's
implying
their
something
gun.
or just yes, but like it's very focused that every single one of them has a gun lying in the puddle.
Yeah. Well, it's notable also that the gun's always flying away, and the clothing is not damaged at all. So it's just the body that she's affecting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the same actually goes for her when you think about it. She only affected her body seemingly.
Yeah.
On that. Like her clothes were still bloody, but her body was clean. It's
She's just weird. She's probably
Yeah.
got like 20 devils. Got right in with. All those
there
probably
seems to
overlapping.
be also there seems to be a raven flying above the location she's at. She's at a shrine, and nobody's allowed to know what's happening.
Hmm.
I wonder if anyone can just sacrifice other people to the devil to do something.
Depends on the devil, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, presumably the
I
devils
mean,
wouldn't
I
have a problem with
thought
this.
this was just. Yeah, I thought this was just Makima has government permission to just say, I need 30 death row convicts. I
Yeah.
assume that's it.
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, crucially, she knows the names of all the people on the hit squad.
Or
Right.
she somehow found them out. But interestingly enough, she didn't use the power on the 2 people you'd think would be the most important.
Yeah.
It's possible she doesn't know their names.
Yes, but then it's interesting why she wouldn't know their names specifically, but would know all the names of the random mooks. It makes me think, like, getting the name isn't actually the condition to being able to activate her power, but that her power already gives her the name. And it's just whoever says the name gets the drawback. Like, it may be something that, you know, you require a person that isn't themselves contracted with a devil to be able to do whatever she's doing.
It's also possible that, like, she asks for 30 people, but she doesn't get 30 inmates. She gets, like, how many are those? Like, maybe 10, 12? Like, we see all of them.
Yeah.
So it might
could-
be that she just went down a list and didn't have enough.
Or it could be that like they didn't get all of them there.
Also,
Like,
yeah.
these are the closest ones.
Um. Also, it's interesting to know that well, I guess the Gun Devils people know, like, vaguely what Makima's power is, because they immediately check whether she's really dead. Which, you know, I guess she isn't. And now it makes sense why they got 4 people for just Makima, basically.
Hmm.
Although, you know, didn't really work out that well.
It does mean, I assume, that whatever her devil is, it's one where they know that she can splatter people, but they don't realize that she could, like, stop herself from dying, or that she could come back from being shot. Like, it has to be an ability versatile enough that she can do that, but not that they would assume she could do that.
And, like, you know, the fact that she can, like, do so many things that seem so weird, and the conditions on them are so weird, like, she could just perforate people on the train, be perfectly clean, claim not to get shot. Like, really, like, I actually think Gun Devil is still on the table.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
It, like, the disintegration of just flesh into blood is really what stops me from thinking it's the Gun Devil. Like, it's possible that she is contracted to the Gun Devil and then something else, but, like, that
Yeah.
specific method of killing feels so ungunny.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it closer, it's less likely, but I assume that maybe it might have been, like, bullets immediately raining down from the sky and instantly crushing a person. It's interesting whether this crushing power is the same thing she used to, like, perforate those guys on the train.
Don't think so, because she needs sacrifices to do the crushing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe she did a less extreme version of it. Maybe she just needs sacrifices because of the distance she's at. Like, you know, or, like, needs this major of a sacrifice.
It doesn't look like she's sacrificed anything at this point, though. I mean, like, after she got off the train, she looks immaculate. And, like, we've had pretty good focus on, you know, whatever a person sacrifices. So, like, it could be Fujimoto trying to obscure it. Like, maybe she's, I don't know, missing some boobage or something. But I don't think that's the case.
No.
I mean, it could just be like years of her life. It's very, very abstract what these sacrifices are.
True.
I mean,
Oh,
most of
I
them
would
have been
do
relatively unabstract. Most of them have been, like, your liver or some fingernails or piece of skin on your arm.
Or your
Not
entire
very
body.
abstract. Yeah, but they're not abstract. They're pieces of your body so far,
Mhm.
without exception. So, yeah, the fact that Makima is as physically, like, comes out of the fights physically better than she goes into them is really weird for
Yeah.
someone who's supposed to be contracted to a devil.
The only contract we've ever seen in the entire series that didn't involve some sort of, like, direct sacrifice was Denji and Pochita.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's something very direct, like an explosion devil.
An explosion devil. That would be such a letdown.
Yeah.
Maybe her devil's in love with her, and so he's giving her freebies.
Devil's allowed to do
I
that?
mean, that
I guess
feels
they
like a
can.
thing. Devils are allowed to do whatever they want.
Like, it is important to note that devils are very much like the traditional concept of a genie. Like, the original concept of it's not like a magic wish granting powers, it's just a magic dude who does things when you ask him to. Like, in the same way, the devils don't, like, Eternity is really the only one we've seen so far that's been super abstract. All the others have just, like, physically done things.
Yeah.
So, theoretically...
Ghost had a relatively abstract power too, like being intangible just to other people.
Yeah. But even then, like, that feels like it's an aspect of what it is, but it's still doing something physical.
Yes. Whereas Makima's power is, like, very purposefully hard to understand and obfuscated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at this point, I'm thinking that part of it may be that she is purposefully, like, doing stuff to confuse the people and the subordinates about what her powers are. Because the one thing I can make the least sense of is why they needed to go to a heightened location.
I thought briefly, like, when we saw all the convicts lined up, I thought that maybe she was, like, throwing them off of the highest peak, and then, like, no-Uing the damage to the people they talked about. But that's definitely not the case.
Yeah, some kind of voodoo power, but also, it looks more from her hand motions from what happens to some of the guys, like, they're not only being crushed, but twisted apart.
Yeah.
Before they pop. What about, like, a god devil?
I think that's going a bit far.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be very versatile.
I just thought about the idea of, like, what if, like, the power of the devil is, whatever her twisty thing is, but on the train, maybe she just, like, summoned it like a stand and had it punch her enemies in the guts. Like,
yeah, that might be it.
There's no reason why a devil couldn't do that. The Fox Devil's main summon thing is just literally appear here and eat whatever.
Yeah, and the Snake Devil did the same thing. It just attacked someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. It still leaves a bunch of questions open.
Yeah.
Like, she somehow found out the names of the people associated here, which is also very interesting. I think we seriously need to consider that Makima is contracted with multiple devils.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Definitely think that's the case.
You definitely think that's the case?
Yeah.
You sticking with that?
I mean, it seems likely. There's no reason why you can't be. Aki had multiple devils.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like Aki was all that special or anything, whereas Makima definitely has felt special ever since the starts.
Yeah. Makima feels very special.
She's a very special lady.
Think she's psychic?
Maybe. I mean, I don't want to get too off track there, but it's possible this is just a different power altogether.
She isn't even contracted with any devil. She can just do this.
Or she's contracted to a devil for one thing, but the other thing was all her. Like, she just ghosted the people on the train with her actual fists.
A devil is contracted to her.
Yeah, she shows up for the devil.
Yeah, the devil's like, okay, I'll give up a piece of my arm so you can punch these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in an abstract way, what she's been doing with Denji has been, like, sort of a series of contracts. Like, if you do X, I'll kiss you. If you do X, I'll let you do anything with me. It's not the same language as most of the devils use, but you could interpret those as contracts.
Very true. I think, yeah, this is the other theory, the Makima is a devil theory. Which, I don't think that's super impossible. Considering the other weird thing she did when she, like, smelt out Denji.
Yeah, and she's the only person, including Power, who's, like, been able to do that. Even Power just assumed that he was a fiend.
And, Power herself also being a fiend, that makes sense. I mean, she probably got the information, but wasn't able to process it as anything else.
Yeah.
Whereas Makima is a bit more, cerebral than Power.
Hey, Power's a genius.
I mean, now
Nobel Prize winner Power.
I mean, now if we know that she can just burst people into blood, I feel like Power would like her a lot more.
Yeah. Also, I'm already pretty intimidated by this is all I can do from here. Like, what's Maki gonna do once he actually shows up somewhere?
I really do love the air of badass mystery we have around her.
Yeah, Makima from the start has been extremely intriguing, and her surviving getting shot and then doing all this cool shit has been a major hype moment for the series. Super excited to see what's gonna be up with this.
Yep, next few chapters will be interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
our main character was cut in half and is now being kidnapped, and yet he was not the most important part of this chapter.
No, by far not.
God.
I mean, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. There's enough blood. He's probably just gonna lick up some blood on the floor and be perfectly okay.
We don't know
Well,
that.
there's a lot of blood around him now.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've said before, the series is called Chainsaw Man. I'm not putting it past the series to just have Denji die and have someone else be Chainsaw Man.
Yes, but he's just getting cut in half at the waist. That's hardly an instantly lethal injury if you have Wolverine-esque regeneration powers.
Yeah, but everyone wants to steal his hearts, and that's gonna be pretty lethal.
Yes, but no one's done it yet. They're all just talking about it. And the knife guy ran out of knife juice, so apparently he can't even go in that form anymore. So
Knife juice.
I guess he also needs to drink blood now that I think about it.
they both need it as their fuel. Although Denji has it worse, since instead of just cutting himself open, he literally sprays his blood everywhere because he has chainsaws going through his arms and veins.
Yeah.
He's a lot more inefficient than Knife Man. Which is interesting because Knife Man still ran out earlier. It really read to me as he didn't fully willfully untransform, but ran out of transformation time.
Yeah.
Knife Man was a lot more active than Denji was. He's been active longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I really feel like it's just we're supposed to be showing here that Denji is at his core more powerful than Knife Man.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have brought up multiple times that Denji is, he's special. The heart is special. I have no
The
trouble.
chainsaw power is special.
Yeah,
The heart.
I have no trouble believing that. Yeah, he's gonna be better than the average whatever he is.
Yeah, I feel like it's really likely to think that now that we know a little bit more about Devil lore, that Pochita is whatever happens to Devil once it gets killed, and it has to revive once. Even if it was a very powerful Devil, it's gonna take a while for it to go to peak power again.
I can see that.
Assume something killed the previous Chainsaw Devil, and Pochita was just, respawning, basically.
Little baby devil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little baby Chainsaw Devil.
I mean, we a lot of high-profile devils that were cool with monster hunters or devil hunters have been killed as of late. So I feel like we're going to get into what happens to them soon.
Yeah,
is there a respawn location? Do they get do they go back to their Digimon baby forms? Do they have to be re-raised?
Yeah,
Or are there possibly multiple devils? Who knows?
Yeah. The fact that multiple devil hunters are all contracted with one fox devil makes me think there are not multiple fox devils.
It's gotta suck for those guys. For all the other people who also want to use the fox devil right now.
I mean, it might only be part of the fox devil that's killed. We did discuss this last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the fox devil especially, it's terrifying because the head was gone. So, I mean, maybe they can bring out the feet or something.
Well, and you don't know the fox devil is dead. The fox devil is possibly less dead than the ghost devil. Ghost devil's a lot more fucked because the fox devil only got a guy cutting himself out of his skull, which again,
Pretty serious.
Yes, but they're magic regenerating demons. They you can't go by human dying standards for them.
I mean, so far it seems like destroying the heart is definitely a way to kill any of them. They can bleed out.
Yes, but remember, it's the fox devil's head here, not his heart.
True. Wonder if they can regenerate their brains then.
I mean, that's a good question, since, do you think Knife Man was saying go for his head or his arms because he thinks they won't be able to penetrate his head? Or do you think he said that because he knows killing the brain isn't effective?
What? Sorry, you're gonna have to rephrase that for me.
Do you think they just would not have been able to kill, penetrate Denji's metal chainsaw head with bullets, or do you think even if they did, it would not have been effective?
It probably. I don't think they could have penetrated it.
Yeah.
It's like wearing a big metal helmet.
I do think that he meant that, hey, knock him out by shooting him in the head.
He didn't say shoot him in the head. He said shoot him in the heart.
Yeah.
Which is very contradictory to their goals. I assume like Denji's heart is not the heart that they're after.
I mean,
yeah,
I guess, but
does
it's
Denji
also
just have a? Also, I haven't really thought about the logistics of this, but does Denji just have a? Doesn't Denji just have a chainsaw that's constantly scrambling his brain? Like,
basically.
you know, like the logistics of a chainsaw kind of imply that shit goes right into his forehead.
And same for Knife Man. He's got a knife going through his brain.
yeah, maybe they squish it down a bit, or
Squish the brain down.
yeah.
I guess that explains why Denji gets even stupider when he's in devil form. His brain gets a bit squished.
Yeah, he's sacrificed some of his brain capacity to transform.
It's just the frontal lobe.
You know, you don't really use that for anything anyway.
I mean, it's just
It
used
would
for
be
reasoning.
Yeah, it would be kind of fucked if they confirmed that yes, Denji's giving himself a lobotomy every time he transforms.
Oof.
Alright. Do you have
Well-
anything else specific to talk about?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We covered a lot.
Yeah.
Like we had a lot to cover, and I think we covered all of it. Like these have also been very straightforward chapters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Makima's got a couple of goons with matching scars. Pretty cool.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
those
that's-
two guys.
Yeah.
They're new.
I guess that's it.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Well, thank you for listening to the Chainsaw Man segment, and stick the fuck around.